Yeah, we are in the place to be.
Welcome to another live stream. My name is Backdraft. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me today. And it is a good day. It is a very good day. The Buffalo Bills just finished their regular season with the best record since 1995, and they're going to the playoffs, first seed in the AFC East. If you guys care, I don't know if you care. I do. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be mainly working in a creative world. I think we might possibly jet over to the Symmetria server, the live Symmetria server, if we can get our design done. I don't know if we can though, because I usually like to stream for 2 hours. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get the entire design done. I want to get the Super Smelter design in my mega base done. I have part of the bamboo farm that feeds into it done already. I'll show you guys in the creative server in a second. Hey Dratch, yeah, is that football? That's good to hear. Yes, that is football. American football. I know I have a lot of friends from across the pond that watch. Yes, that is American football. My home team is one of the best teams in the league this year, and it has been over 25 years since they've been competitive, so it's pretty awesome. Thanks for joining, friend. Yeah, anyway, let's switch over and get started with some Minecraft. I'll show you guys what we got going on. Alrighty, so... Okay, find the window. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we're actually on a creative server. This is my main Symmetria creative server where I do all of my designs and a bunch of other redstone work. Basically, my test world slash... I guess in the software engineering world, as we call it, the staging world, which is like kind of a replica of the real world, but not really. But this is where I do all of my designs and all the work that I do before I put it into the live server, because I'm one of those Minecrafters that absolutely does not like to wing things. If I can help it, I like to have a design in mind. I like to have everything in place before I actually build it on a live world. Josh says, which I could say the same about the rugby team I support, but oh well, XD, good to hear they're doing well. Yeah, well, pretty much, I mean, pretty much every year up to this point that I've been alive, or old enough to remember, my team has been bad. So, just within the last few years, they've gotten, the last 2 or 3 years before this year, they were okay. And then this year, they've finally developed to the point where they're very, very competitive, and they're doing very well, so that's good. Anyway, so let me show you what I got going on so far. So in these 2 towers here, if you're familiar with the layout of my survival base, which, Dratch, I don't know if you are, but yeah, I don't know if you've seen this before, but this is my survival base. I actually have this built on the live Symmetria server. It's the Agrabah Palace from Aladdin, and eventually the plan is to have an entire city going. Right now we just have the palace. I'm trying to get the palace, a little bit more done, I guess, before I start on the city. But hopefully soon we'll get started on that. There's a lot of work I still have to do, and I was on a bit of a hiatus for the holidays, but now I'm back, and hopefully everything will get going. We got to get our next episode out for survival, and we have a redstone showcase episode that we need to get out. That is for our Simon Says game that we've been developing the past couple streams. We actually have that in a pretty done state, and I think I'm ready to make the showcase video, so this week that'll be out. Josh says, my town soccer team was once amazing, and our manager ended up managing England. Then again, could be wrong there. Now we're trash. Yeah, we've been through a lot of coaches and lots of different players and quarterbacks, if you're familiar with how American football works. And yeah, it's just not been fun, but now we're finally developing, and everything's going really well. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, in these 2 towers here, okay, I keep getting sidetracked. This tower here and this tower here, I have bamboo farms set up. And the idea is that these bamboo farms are going to feed the super smelter. I actually have a bit of a storage area set up right here to house all of the bamboo. And as you can see, this thing's been cranking it out like crazy already. This is just from a few minutes of messing around with it. It's too dark, I'm sorry. I'm not really sure. My monitor's brightness is always a little different than what actually shows up on YouTube. But yeah, we have this big old storage silo, and the first thing I have to do is feed in the farm that's in this tower. I have to feed in the output from this farm into the storage silo that's in that tower here. And I think I'm going to do that actually underground so that it doesn't show in the middle of the base. It would just look a little weird. So I think we'll just have like a bubble elevator. I don't plan on ever spending time in this tower. So I don't really need to make it pretty. If I ever needed a bamboo, I could just break in here and grab some. But the idea is to have my super smelter in this room, so we got to do a bit of a design. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I'm just going to kind of wing it here based on the palette that we've been using for the rest of the base. So, you know, we got the red nether brick, the glowstone, the warped wood, and sandstone. So that's the palette that we're going to use, and we're going to try to develop this as much as we can. And like I said, I like to do all this in creative and plan it out before I actually do it in survival, so I'm not wasting tons of time. All right, so now the idea here is we have to feed all of the output bamboo from this farm into the storage unit over there, like I said. So in survival, there's a staircase that leads up this tower so that you can go between levels. So I wouldn't mind having just a tiny drop chute in the middle of it all. And I'll probably cover all this up with sandstone and survival so that it is not ugly and there's a bunch of stone in the way. But we will have to leave the center one open so that we can feed it into a dispenser. Yeah, we'll just kind of design it a little bit here. That one will have to stay open, and we'll kind of have to leave this open a little bit because the dispenser, obviously we're going to have a comparator leading off of it so we can spit out everything that ends up inside of it. Alright, so there should be a bunch of bamboo in here already. Like I said, this thing cranks it out. But the idea behind the farm actually is it's quite simple. We have a couple flying machines, well, one in each tower. We have the bamboo growing and we have a couple flying machines. And these are essentially just controlled by daylight sensors. So I have them set to nighttime daylight sensors, so I guess dark sensors. And essentially once it gets to signal strength 3, which is about time 12,000 and change, then it will fire off the flying machines and the hopper minecarts to collect all of the bamboo. Yeah, so once again, once it reaches like right before players are allowed to sleep, the daylight sensor will activate and fire off the flying machine to harvest all the bamboo. If that made sense. Lacey, hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Just explaining my 2 bamboo farms that I've been working on that are going to feed my super smelter. I'm actually in a creative world where I do all of my design and testing. And currently trying to hook up this bamboo farm to the main storage silo. And we're going to do that by dropping it into the floor or underneath the base and kind of feeding it over that way. Alright, so let me get a dispenser. And we'll do our best to hide all of this. It doesn't have to be perfect. My base is basically just a gigantic redstone farm in and of itself. So, you know, I'm not the greatest builder in the world. Lacey says, just working on editing my video for tomorrow. Oh, cool. Yeah. Since I took a little hiatus for the new year, I don't really have much footage for my latest episode yet, but this week I will definitely get most of it done, and I also have another redstone showcase video that I have to do as well. So for this, I think the easiest thing to do... Oh, we're already losing bamboo. No. we'll hide all this behind sandstone. So we'll need a sticky piston here. And this is the wrong way. Okay. We're losing bamboo, but whatever. What? Okay. And then we can take a signal off of this way, feed it into a block, take off a repeater signal from that block, and kind of feed that indirectly over into the piston. That should work, just to kind of keep it level, keep it all in the same, but we don't want that going now. So, and then like I said, we're kind of going to cover this all up with sandstone, just so that it's not completely exposed. Like I said, I don't mind if some of the base is a little bit more, a little oddly shaped, just because there's so many redstone farms in here. But you know, make it work, then make it pretty. All right. Yeah, so this is the level that we're kind of gonna sandstone over. Obviously, we'll have to leave that open. And then we're gonna have a bit of a drop chute to transfer the bamboo over. Lacey, is that your Symmetria video that you're editing? Or I know you're over on that other server, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to bust into that after. I wanted to make this a glass pillar just so you could see inside of it, make it a little cooler. I'm actually in Forge right now, so I can do this pretty easily. Splat. I love Forge. I don't know if you guys use it. Well, world edit. Set. All right. Yeah, Clustercraft. Symmetria is all live stream for you. No editing needed. Ah, simple enough. All right, so that's the chute. It shouldn't interfere with the staircase at all that I built in survival. I was debating putting something here just to kind of make it a little bit more fancy. I don't really know how that would look. We can try it out. And of course, in Optifine, all the textures will be connected. I actually like that. I think that's what we're going to do. It shouldn't interfere with the staircase, like I said, and then it'll be like a little accent for when people are going up and down the staircase. You can kind of see the bamboo falling down during a harvest. All right, so we'll need to build a bit of a tunnel. Of course, in survival, I've already kind of hollowed out the basement underneath the base, but here, we're just going to have to kind of wing it. So here's a little trick to see how many blocks you got to go. We're looking at, that's 3835, and we got to get to 3812. So 35 minus 12 is 23. So we just got to go 23 blocks in that direction. There's a lot of sand in the way, so we'll have to kind of, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I can kind of see what I'm doing either way because I can just come up. thought I'd be buried under the sand, but I guess not. Josh actually said, sorry, I missed it. How have you been? How was your New Year? Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, New Year was actually really good. Kind of low key. I think a lot of people's were. Okay, so I think we're gonna do we're gonna feed it into this hopper here is the idea. So we'll have to get the water stream right there. Actually, no, because I don't want items to get stuck. So we'll have the water stream there. But yeah, how was your New Year's, friend? Oh, we gotta go out one more. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. All right, so that's where the bubble elevator will be, and then we'll feed it all into this hopper here. Hopefully it can keep up with the rates. Looks like it's behind. It looks like it just did a harvest actually, so the flying machine should have went off. Yeah, you can see all of it was, you can see there's some little bit of loss. Not a big deal. I mean, if it backs up, it backs up. There isn't really too much I can do about that. What are we up to? Yeah, we're almost up to a double chest of bamboo, and I haven't even really been here that long. Josh said, pretty much the same, just watch the fireworks that we have every year. That's pretty cool. They said I played Animal Crossing, then watched Marvel movies. You know what? I actually watched Marvel movies as well. There was like a Marvel movie marathon on FX? I can't remember exactly. But yeah, and then tonight they were showing Endgame for the first time on TV. I can't remember what channel it was. Sorry if it's really dark. I've been saying that. Maybe I put some torches down to just light it up in here a little bit while we're working. Spamming the torches. You know how we roll. Okay, that should light it up a little bit so people can see a little better. Josh says sounds pretty chill. Lay says I got Disney Plus. Actually, I don't have it, but I use my sister-in-law's. Lord Jake Ryan. Hey, what's up, Jake? Thanks for tuning in. I'm actually in a design world right now, creative world. Doing some design for my super smelters / bamboo farms that feed the super smelters. All right, so the bamboo will all drop down into here, and then we'll just have to have some basic water streams. Yeah, they should all just fall down here. I don't know if these hoppers will keep up with all the bamboo, but yeah, there's just so much of it. Is there any more in that hopper there? Okay, so this is pretty much all done. It should be able to keep up. I don't see why it shouldn't. And if we have furnaces along all the walls in this room, it should fill it up relatively quickly, hopefully. We're going to have hopper minecart loaders to do that. All right, let's get on slabs and ice to keep the water streams going. I just realized I still have to make my finish up my redstone storage system. I have it all built here on creative, but this isn't done yet in my survival world. All the redstone's behind there. I've just been kind of slacking off. I don't really need it, you know, and it's a project that I could just, you know, kind of work on one day when I feel like it. Oh wow, it gets there pretty much perfectly, which is cool. But then this is going to have to be a bubble shaft, which I guess we can do with glass, just to kind of pretty it up a little bit. Jake says, good, finished up my obelisk of life in Minecraft. Obelisk of life. Is that like a modded thing or just a build you're doing? Alright, so then we'll feed these up to... Like I said, we're not really going to come in this tower, so I don't have to keep it pretty. But we need a piece of glass there, piece of glass there. And hopefully that should work and items won't go flying out. It kind of worries me a little bit. Shoot. You know what? I feel better if we do it like this. No, I still don't like that. Jake says a tall blackstone obelisk from Y77 to Y251 with the tree of life on it, 12 zodiac symbols on it, and earth, air, fire, water on it. Whoa. All right. That sounds amazing. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I think what we got to do is that I think we got to move the elevator back one because I always get paranoid. Regarding items getting lost. So all right, so we're gonna have to move this over by one, which is fine, not a big deal. And this is why I do everything in design worlds, by the way. Because this is the kind of stuff that I don't want to have to go back and forth on in survival if I can help it. Smaller projects, I'll do that in survival, but bigger projects like this, which is pretty much everything I do, I don't like to do that. Oh well, so it leads perfectly into the next one, but we actually still need, I need this slab back. Boop. No, boop. There we go. All right. And then that should reach perfectly again. We'll still need to cut it off for the bubble later. And then we will do this again. The only thing is I kind of am going to have to build around this canal underneath because I'm going to have hopper minecart loading systems for the items and the fuel. Oh, sounds like it's has yet another collection. Yeah, it looks like it just went off. Yeah, because it just turned back to daytime. So the flying machines would have went off again. Oh no. Oh no. It's sorry. The collection systems are going. The hopper minecarts are going back and forth because light's coming out, and as it gets lighter and lighter, you can see the signal strength there. Now they'll go. So there's the flying machines going off. And yeah. So the hopper minecarts will start going back and forth. And once it reaches... so as it gets brighter and brighter, the signal strength from the daylight sensor will go down. And once it reaches 0... the flying machine will go off and harvest all of the bamboo. So it's not perfect. Like I said, the farms I was building in these towers are just kind of smaller-ish farms. I mean, with this one I need a lot of bamboo, so I built 2 of them. But, you know, you can see there's bamboo chilling. But the next time the hopper minecarts fly off, that will all get collected. Okay, so back to the water vader. And of course in survival I would use kelp for this, but I'll just use water buckets. So we'll need glass there, And then let's just start building the water vader. Whoops-a-daisy. Whee! Splat. And we'll need glass there so that it doesn't go flying everywhere. Okay. See how easy this is? Well and creative. Probably a lot of loud annoying noises. Okay, so then we'll need one there. Glass, glass. And then very quickly, that is 8. Ah! It's okay, it's not gonna break anything. Yeah, so all of the bamboo should then flow into that hopper there. So if I go back over here and activate this dispenser, just by placing down a piece of redstone. Oh, we should just use one piece of redstone. Hopefully I'm not gonna break it. Okay, we're good. Just need one piece of redstone right there. And the bamboo will start falling. And it should all get collected and start flowing over to the storage silo. So we should see it start coming up this bubble vader. There we go. And get dropped into the hopper. Perfect. And like I said, hopefully this bad boy can keep up. It's actually dropping it into this chest here. And it'll all end up flowing down. And there's tons of bamboo in here already. All right. Yeah, there is a crap ton of bamboo. So like I said, I don't know if this is going to produce enough bamboo to keep up with the super smelter that I'm going to build, but it should help. And of course, you can always just dump extra fuel into the system. It doesn't really matter what fuel you dump into it. It'll all just get used eventually. All right, so this is the room that we're going to be building the super smelter in. Awesome sauce. Yeah, bamboo will go quick. Yeah, since it's 2 bamboo per item, so I mean, if you have a stack, that's 2 stacks of bamboo, stack of items to smelt, 2 stacks of bamboo. I mean, that's not that much considering that the farm has only done a few harvests and we have almost 2 double chests already. But if I'm ever going to be smelting a mass amount of items, then it will definitely use up a lot. So I'm actually going to replace all this sand here with sandstone because that's what I have in my survival world. Hopefully it doesn't break the torches. Okay. I didn't know if that was going to break the torches or not. I couldn't remember. Because I know with certain things like item frames and stuff, if you do that with world edit, sometimes it doesn't always break it. And really I just have these torches here so that you guys can see a little better because it does get a little dark. And as we design the room, we'll kind of go down. We are losing a bit of frames here and there. Where'd my X go? Actually, we can just... There we go. Don't worry, we'll light it up again. Yeah, I've never actually built a super smelter that was self-sustaining in terms of fuel. Yeah, you would need a pretty beastly bamboo farm for that. Which, like I said, in all of these towers, I'm just building smaller farms that'll get me items passively, and then once we get everything going and we get to a certain point in the season where we're looking for other stuff to do, then we're going to start building massive farms. I think the first massive farm I'm going to build is definitely going to be my mob farm, because the one I built here for survival was just a dinky little thing that I could AFK and get some items from. Plus, I needed things to put inside of each of the towers, so I thought it was a really cool idea to do farms. So this is all sandstone, and I think we're good to go. And it looks like it's completely done with the harvest for now. There's probably still a lot trickling in. Yeah, and there shouldn't be any coming in from this farm either. All right, so now on to the design process. This is always a lot of fun. So this room and the neighboring kind of like entry room is, yeah, I really don't like this. This is kind of off center. I might have to just add an extra block. It's the same way it is in my survival world. I might just have to add an extra column of blocks there so it's more even, because it's not perfectly quartered, if that makes any sense. You can kind of see even down here, I've kind of botched it a little bit to make it line up. But yeah. Yeah, these towers aren't, it's like I said, it's not a perfect quarter of it intersecting that part of the palace. So yeah, but it's fine. See, we got it to be a little even. But we have to leave that in there because that's, like I said, that's where the tower is. I mean, do we though? Actually, let's experiment here for a second. Oh, there's chests in the way. Dang it, Bobby. Lacey says, Jake, recently Spider made you diamonds. She lost all her gear and had to buy. Finish my obelisk. Oh, nice, nice. Nice on both accounts. All right, so we might end up just flattening this wall out a little bit to make the room a little more square. And we'll just kind of fill all this in with sandstone for now. Forge is so laggy for some reason. Unless it's, is it harvesting again? No, it's not dark. Thanks for the diamond, sorry for your accident. Yeah, we're gonna kind of fill all this in with sandstone for now. I don't know why Forge is so laggy right now. Interesting. Is it because of all the lighting updates, maybe? Shouldn't be that bad, though. My computer's never had an issue. I mean, I am streaming, so. So it makes the room a little bit more square. I mean, you know. I was potentially going to square this off so I can have a square room to build a super smelter in, but that's boring. I don't want to have to do that if I don't, you know. Because technically there is a tower there, and it makes the room a little bit more, I guess, unique. I just need to figure out where to put all of the furnaces now. And this might be a bit of a challenge, but I like challenges. And then this room here, we already have this staircase built out in survival, so that's fine. This room here, I kind of need to make it into a little bit more fancy as well. And this is just going to kind of be a transition room. And I'll decorate it up. But I'm just gonna start figuring out what I gotta do here. Just kind of mess around with designs here. But first and foremost, we gotta get the super smelter going. So the question is, how many furnaces can I fit in here? First and foremost. So and then the other thing is, what do I do along this wall? Do I just kind of put the furnaces like this? Or what? Lacey said, we're still not sure what happened because it never happened before and never happened again. I think we should toss a regen potions just in case. Dynamic rooms. Dynamic rooms. Not sure what you mean by that. Oh, were you talking about the, oh, the lasso whip. Yeah. That was funny. I mean, not funny that she died, but it was still kind of funny. All right, so why is there so much lag? I don't know why there's so much lag. It's so weird. Oh, the bamboo farms are going now. Yeah, you can hear them going. That's why there's a lot of lag right now. Yeah, flying machines are not lag friendly. Unfortunately, I might have to switch those out. I mean, they will only run every now and then, so not a big deal. And I think it's just client lag. I don't think it would cause server lag. My headphones are getting caught. All right, so I could turn them off. I don't need them to run. Actually, let me do that just so that it's not so dang laggy. Oop. And actually, it's funny, if you look away, there's less lag, but as soon as I look at it, there's more lag. Because Minecraft logic. Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn these off. That'll go one more time, but that's fine. So that one. Alrighty. You should have the between rooms more decorated, like living spaces, seats and such. It would make it more impressive. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. I just got to kind of start messing around with some designs. And yeah, this in between room here, this one here is, I just kind of got to put, you know, whatever comes to my mind here. Maybe like a sitting area here. That's kind of a good idea here. And then this is actually the transition into this room, which is where the super smelter is going to be. But I got to figure out exactly how many, you know, furnaces and stuff, like I said, I can fit in here. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then you need a gap. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, and this is where it gets a little funky, because I don't know what I'm really gonna do with this corner here. I mean, I could do that. It's not horrible. Or I could turn the furnaces around. I can help. I love decorating. Of course. Feel more lived in, less just impressive shell for farms. Oh, whoopsie. Yeah, well, that's the idea. I mean, I can show you my bedroom. I don't know if you ever see my bedroom. I was pretty proud of the design. Well, this is my storage room, you know. I added a bunch of fancy schmancy stuff to here. And, my bedroom I was pretty happy with. You know, I'm not a professional, but this turned out pretty cool. I got the aquarium, the bed. Oh, and the cool thing about the bed that I came up with is you may think, well, you can't sleep in this bed. But you can sleep in the bed. You just have to break that piece of carpet and then replace it when you're done. And you can actually set your spawn there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was really pleased with this because I'm not much of an interior designer. But yeah, I just gotta start messing around with designs. But yeah, I'd be happy to have some help. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She decorated Track King's base. You're kidding? Did she not? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23. That should work. I mean, it looks really weird. Maybe I could turn the furnaces around. I don't know. It's always odd having things on diagonals. I could turn them around so that it's so that you just see this texture, but I don't know. I forgot count already again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36 furnace. Oh, I can keep going along this wall, actually. 35. 30. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 8, 39, 40. 40 should be good. Yeah. Lacey said, but the theme park has been all decorated by me, including the tunnel entrance. Yeah, the theme park is really, really nice. I do enjoy that. I had a lot of fun. Brr. So we need a centralized spot. Well, first off, actually, I really don't know about having these furnaces like this. It looks really weird. I don't know. Maybe having them all face in one direction might look a little better. Like have these ones face this way to kind of line up with this. And then the middle one, I don't know. And then have these ones face that way. I mean, I don't hate that. I hated it the other way. I don't know. Kind of odd. Just a weird room, weird shape, but you know, we can work with it. All right, so. And then we also, of course, need a centralized location to feed all of the output into. Okay. Which I kind of just have to hollow out an area beneath this. Let's just do that now. I gotta find where my water stream is though, so I don't interfere with that. I think it's right here-ish. Oh, there it is. I was completely wrong. Yeah, just so that we don't interfere with that. We can keep those walls up. I don't mind. I think I'm going to leave it like that for now. Got plans to add additions to the base, additions to the park. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Any more redstone help, let me know. Today I helped out migrated Coconut on the server with a couple redstone issues he was having. That was lots of fun. Race horse tracks, more target block games. Oh, cool, yeah. Oh, you know what? If we never end up opening the gaming district on the server, I have a really cool target block game that I could build for you. I showed it in one of my videos. It basically involves hitting target blocks with, what's this Y level? 65. Or is it 65? Yeah, 65. Basically involves hitting target blocks with rockets. Would love that. Cool. Yeah, I can show you. It's actually, if you go to the creative, Symmetria creative server, and go to the False's project area, I built it over there for her. I don't know if she's going to end up using it, but it's over there. It's called Fire 'em Up. You can go, yeah, you can actually go play it now if you want. It's a lot of fun. So this is gonna be a little tricky. I might have to move the water stream so I can have a bigger underground area here to feed the to build the hopper minecart loaders. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'll just have the water stream kind of cut off that way. We can actually just do that like this. Yeah, we'll figure this out. Spider has a tower defense game she wants to put in the gaming district if they ever open it. I know the hub got finished recently. Yeah, the hub's good to go. But yeah, it's just that they haven't really gotten around to opening the actual gaming district. I don't know if what they're waiting for. All right, we're about 50 minutes in. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. But thank you guys for joining me. I know for the most part you guys are good to go already with terms of subscribing and everything, but if you're not subscribed to the channel already, if there are any shy folks out there that are listening, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, share with your friends. I appreciate it. Oh, and I almost forgot to say, if you've entered into my giveaway for the free gaming mouse, all you had to do was leave a comment on my 500 subscriber special video and be subscribed to the channel. I will be announcing the winner probably tomorrow. Today is the absolute last day. Oh, this leads out into the outside of the base. That's fine. We'll do what I was going to do before. Okay, yeah. If you are entered into the giveaway, like I said, today's the absolute last day to enter. So I will be announcing the winner probably tomorrow. Bada bing. So, where is that water stream? Can we go one more over? One. Yeah, we can technically go here. And we're gonna feed everything over this way. Oops, I went one too far. Let's clear all this out first. Cool. Okay, that should be plenty of space now. And what we got to do now is we're going to need that, because then we're going to build that separate water stream to carry the bamboo over. And we'll just kind of fill all this in. Jake Ryan says, posted pictures of Discord for the obelisk. I finally had something to use the Tree of Life idea I had for a while. Nice. I'll have to check it out. I always like taking base tours and everything. And we'll also put some glass up here just so we can kind of make sure everything's working once we get everything going. Hopefully that turns the corner. Great, perfect. Slab her up. And whoop, nope. No. There we go. Oh, did I waterlog this slab by accident? Yeah, I did. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that should work, hopefully. Solid! Hey, Backdraft, sorry I'm late. Hello, everyone in chat. Hey, Solid. It's okay. Better late than never. One can and one cannot be late. I can't remember the quote. There's a quote. I don't know. You can't be late to something that I do. Never mind. I'm just not even gonna try. So Solid, we're over in my creative world, which is where I do all my building and testing and everything, because I'm one of those retentive people that have to build and design everything in creative before I build it in survival. So we're working on. So like, you know, I was working on my bamboo farms last night that are going to feed into the super smelters. Now we're actually working on the super smelter, and then we're going to do some design work for this transition room here and finish up the super smelter room as well. Okay. So let me get the hoppers into place. And then we got to make the output chest as well, which I would like to put in the center of the room. If I can find where that is. I'm not even sure where the heck that would be. Well, technically, this is 9599, and this is 9612. So 612 minus 599, that's 13 blocks. So it should be 6 blocks in each direction from the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Didn't I just say it was 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that works because I need a chest in the center anyway. So I can just do... I mean, that's kind of the center, I guess. I can always move it. That is where the output chest will be. So I'm going to keep it in the floor. That's what I usually do. And then I'll just kind of use carpets to pretty up the hoppers and everything. This is pretty much the same design that I've built on my single player survival world. And I've also built this similar design, although it's a little bit more square, for Duns, actually, on the server. And I just realized this needs to be raised up 1. And you know what? I actually think I need to lower everything in the room down because I don't want the hoppers. The hoppers are going to be this level, and you can see that's 1 above the floor. I don't want that to be visible to the player. So I'm going to drop the furnaces down 1 level. I think. Maybe. Or maybe not, because I could just drop them down another... No. I'm going to leave it how it is, because then you can kind of see the furnace's eye level, and we'll figure it out from there. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is just drop them all down into that one, if that makes sense. So that one will lead into that one, and you'll see what I'm doing. Yes, Al, thank you for joining. Okay, so then we're gonna have this one is in line with that one, so bada bing, bada boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. Alrighty. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have a carpeted design in here, so this will all kind of be covered up, or something. We'll figure something out. You know, it's a super smelter room, so it's not going to be incredibly pretty. I mean... Oh, I just realized this could pose a bit of a problem. Because we need to have hoppers along the backside of each of the furnaces. Do I have my vanilla tweaks on? Why do they always turn off? Must have been a forge thing. Okay, there we go. Now I can see where the hoppers are going. Yeah, because we need to have these hoppers leading in to feed in the fuel. And it's a little weird because if I have a hopper here and then there's a hopper there, it ain't gonna work because of the... You see what I'm doing? The fuel will drop in. Unless, can you feed fuel from the side? I don't think you can. I think that'll... Oh, you can. Okay, that's fine then. So we'll feed... Yeah, this is a little weird how we're going to have to do this. Since it's a diagonal room. Not a big deal, though. Not a big deal. Hoppers are pretty much free at this point in the server. Kind of. Like how you're designing it to match your little room there. Yeah. So this is the corner room of the palace. There's the storage room over there. This is where I plan to build my super smelter for quite a while now. Okay, so we'll feed that one that way, that one that way, that one that way, that one that way. And we'll just kind of have to snake the hopper mine carts through there. Okay. I actually didn't test out this water stream. I'll test it out in a minute. All right, that should be good. And then hopper. And then we'll just kind of feed that in like that. And that should be fine. All right, well, that's all the 472,000 hoppers we needed to place. Now we have to build the hopper minecart loaders. And I think the easiest way to do that, let me place in the floor over here. So what I usually do is I just have them buried under the floor and then have the hopper minecarts just come up through the floor, probably through a couple different just tracks that I'll build in the floor here. Like I said, it's not going to be super pretty, but it's a super smelter. So you can only go so far with prettiness. All right, so I'm going to need rails and hopper minecarts. And I usually use levers for power. Josh says you could probably save a few hoppers on the diagonal line item output part. This here? How so? I mean, I'm all for it. If you can think of a way, I kind of just placed them in, however. All right, so rails. I think what we're gonna do is we'll feed in. We're kind of gonna have a bit of a wall here, I think. To have a bit of a little transition into the room. Salad says you can make it shoot up onto a track and drop it straight down once it's done loading. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Indeed, 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 good sir. Connect the line to the other part, make the hoppers face the other direction so the items travel the opposite way down the line, and connect that end to the main part? I am confusion, sorry. I guess I'll just leave it for now. I don't know. Sorry. Okay, how do I make this a little bit more even? So that would be 1, 2, 3 wall. Ew, that's gross. I want to make it as pretty as I possibly can. As I possibly can. It doesn't have to be perfect. So see how they go right to left as you look at them. Or you mean, yes, right to left, yes. Do you mean take this side and feed it in over here? Connect the line to the other part, make the hoppers face the other direction so the items travel the opposite way down the line, and connect that into the main part. Is this what you were saying? Something like that? Oh yeah, that kind of cleans it up. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Okay, thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, we kind of can't really doctor this wall up very much because it is what it is. Because we're dealing with a bunch of diagonals and circles and stuff, so I think this might be the best we're gonna do here to get into the room. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know. What about that? What about that? That's not bad. That ain't bad. What do you guys think? That looks okay. I'm just trying to make it so it's not, you know, ridiculously hideous. Like I said, working with circles and all kinds of stuff is a bit challenging. Yeah. I mean, if it's hideous, it's okay. You guys can tell me. But I don't really know how else to make this look nice without, you know, because I'm not working with squares or, you know, perfect circle shapes and stuff here. I like the challenge though. Actually, the one thing I need to take into account is feeding in the mine carts. So I think we can feed in one over here. We can feed in the one to do the items up here. Maybe fill the single block wide part right here. Maybe. I gotta play around with it a little bit. Oh, and then what if I do this? Because I wanted it to look relatively, you know, like it was kind of symmetrical. As symmetrical can be. But maybe that doesn't work. I don't know. I'll play around with it. Your suggestion is good as well. I kind of just got to look at it for a while and decide which one looks better. But I'll worry about that later. All right. We just passed an hour in the stream, actually. So we'll be streaming for about another hour, hopefully. Thank you guys for joining. Always appreciated. So I think we're going to feed in the, like I said, we're going to feed in. This is where we'll feed in the item loader. Dratch says, it just looks a little awkward, you know. I can see it's difficult, though, especially without decorations. Yeah, I don't really know how it'll look once I have the room thrown together. I just think there's no way we're going to get around it looking a little awkward just because we're dealing with towers and, like I said, rooms that aren't perfectly square and that kind of thing. But I'll play around with it. Ooh. I just noticed that I have to... It's weird dealing with diagonals, man. I think populating that room would make that easier, but I guess it's not vital to the design, so it can wait until then, yeah. So I just realized we actually need to put blocks here to keep the minecart going. And that means these hoppers are all blocked, and there's no room for the other ones to go. So I might have to do this. Which ain't the end of the world, because I wanted to potentially do... no. This is getting to be a little cumbersome. Because if I put blocks here, then there's no way to get the lower minecart through. The minecart that rides along here, there's no way to get that through then. Unless I have that minecart, like I said, go along the top here. Which could work. Maybe I'll use stairs though, so it looks a little more interesting. I think that's what I was going to do anyway. I was going to kind of line the top of this with stairs. And then also line the bottom with stairs. And we'll mix up some colors and stuff. I'm just trying to get a feel for how it's going to look. We're not going to do it all sandstone. We'll figure out something else. Fancy schmancy. Well, let's play around with it now. Oh, nether brick stairs maybe. Yeah, the red nether brick. Possibly. And then maybe mix in some other colors here and there. Something like that maybe. I don't know. Kind of like do every other. To kind of keep it consistent with the palette. But if we're gonna do that, we would do high phase, just so we don't see that. And like I said, this is just me playing around. This could be gross when we're done. I was thinking just normal nether brick, but that works. Yeah, I use red nether brick throughout the entire palette. I don't think I like that. Well, what's the bottom look like actually? Actually, we need that one to be like that. Yeah, this is a little difficult. No. We'll figure it out once we get everything together. For now, I think I'm going to leave these stairs here. I could flip these around so that the outside doesn't show, but for now, let's get it working, and then we'll worry about fancy schmanciness. The only thing I do hope is that the copper minecart can make it through that, which I think it should. We'll test that out in a sec. Okay. And all that will be covered up. So, no big deal. Alright, so then we need to have kind of a staircase here. And then lead that into the floor. And then we'll also have one here. Gotta do some last minute recording later, guys. See you, Lazy. Thank you for joining. Alright, I'm just gonna test this out real quick. Make sure it hits all the... Perfect. So then that'll be fed into the floor. Probably right there. No, that won't work. So it's so weird with this room shaped like this. Or you know what we could do is have it kind of loop around like this, just to kind of keep it out of the way a little bit. It might cover up that furnace, but not the end of the world. And then feed it underground over here. And then underneath, I don't really care how it looks. That ain't bad, then it's kind of out of the way. We'll need to get that out of the way though, because the hopper minecart will get stuck. And we'll change the floor up too. For now, I'm just throwing the sandstone in there. Yeah, then that shouldn't get stuck, in theory. And we might have to drop this down a bit more too to make room for the loader. I think the minecart will still get stuck. Are you sure? Yep. There we go. Good call. There, now we're good to go. All right, so now for the loader. Yeah, good call there. And then, well, actually, before I do that, let me make the... Yeah, see, this is where it gets odd. Because I need to feed that in that way, behind it. So we might have to expand this out a little bit. And that might make it look a little bit more even now if I do Dratch's suggestion like that. And then kind of bring this out one. I don't know. And then we'll actually have to have another layer of wall here. Maybe get rid of this to kind of break it up a little bit. No, that's odd. That ain't bad. Kind of a narrow passage, but we can kind of pretty it up a little bit. Make it consistent with our entranceways a little bit more. All right, so then this is where we will feed in. Oh, I hate when that happens. Stop it. This is where we will feed in our fuel. Could make the wall out of wood and pretend it's a big door or something. Yeah. That would be the idea. So something like this or something. What on the other side of that left wall when you look at the entrance? Over here? Is that what you're talking about? In there? Solid. The other side of this wall? Or this wall. This one here. If you're talking about this one, that's the outside. So, I mean, I could expand it out a little bit, but, you know. Here we go. So you're not really giving yourself much room to work with. Yeah, this room's kind of cramped up in here because, I mean, like I said, it is a super smelter, so it's not going to be incredibly pretty because of the size of the room. I do have this other side where I could do it, but once again, this also has this big old thing, and this side I kind of had different plans for, so that was the idea. Like I said, we'll doctor it up. We'll make it look decent. How many furnaces? There's 40. That's all I can fit in the room. I would do more, but that's all I can fit in the room. I'm gonna bet him out. The design that I usually use has 47. And that one can do like a stack every 40 seconds or so. This one would probably be similar in terms of speed. I don't really need this right now. I'm just kind of building it because it was one of the things that you would typically put in a base. All right, that should be good. And then we'll have to give a testaruni to the hopper minecart over here. Oh, I have to power that. Oh, that'll lock the hopper. I don't want to lock the hopper. Oh no, I could. No. Shoot. Or actually, that should do it. Power the block above it. Yep, got it. Okay, cool. Just make sure it gets through. Oh, crapola. What did it get stuck on? Is it because the wall's in the way? That was weird. It ran out of momentum. Shoot. How come the top one didn't run out of momentum though? What's the difference? Curved rails take away more momentum than straight, I believe. Sure, but then why does the top one work and the bottom one doesn't? That is weird. Yeah, that's super weird. Maybe the hopper's at the side. The bottom one might be a bit longer, or it might be colliding with the hoppers next to it. Oh, you're right, you're right. Shoot. I mean, I think I'll be covering this up, so I can probably take this wall out and then figure something out. Testing it might be necessary, but that's really interesting. Yeah. It's a challenge building stuff on a curve. I mean, I could just build a series of hoppers feeding into the other hoppers like this. Like that way to keep it away from the hoppers, if that makes sense. And then we'll do something like this. Something like that, possibly. Just use a second hopper leading. I predict the future. Yes, that's the second time you've predicted the future. Let's see how that works. Hopefully that's good. There we go. Yeah, I think you're right about it colliding with the hoppers. That should do it. As long as it'll drop items off, which I don't see why it wouldn't. Because like I said, I think I'm going to be building a wall like covering that up, so you won't even really see it anyway. But yeah, that's the idea. All right, cool. So now we got to build the loading systems, and that's really it. Loading systems are pretty simple. I've done it a bajillion times. It is very redstone-y, so we'll start with this one, and I want to drop this floor down a little bit to give me more room, or I could just do it as I go. I need rails. I think we'll do that one over here, and then that one over here somewhere. So this space here, we have all this space here for that one, so let's kind of use this space here. Let me get these torches out of the way. Just so that we can see a little better. We're at about an hour 27. Thank you guys so much for joining me thus far, of course. Josh says, if you're bouncing it off the wall art at the end, I suggest an extra rail after the final hopper. I'm fairly certain it's uneven, otherwise stone the hopper below will only collect one item instead of two. You're absolutely right about that. The only thing is, then I'm interfering. Well, I could just get rid of the end furnaces and then make it 38 furnaces. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, why don't we do that? That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Well, my typing is perfect today. But the funny thing is I knew exactly what you were saying. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of these end furnaces here. Not a big deal. Don't really care. That'll be fine. And it kind of livens it up a little bit. Yeah, this is very odd looking, but like I said, it's a super smelter room. It's not going to be pretty. You know, I'll make it as pretty as I possibly can. Maybe I can kind of make this like a little windy sort of thing. We'll figure it out later. Or I could have the loading systems in here and then kind of feed them from behind so it's not butt ugly. Great minds think alike. Yes, great minds think alike. Let me think about this a little bit because I'm not really digging the fact that these are here. Make a big metal door to hide it, like a forge or something. Yeah, and like I said, it's a redstone room, redstone contraption room, so it's not gonna be gorgeous. Yeah, that ain't bad. We'll figure it out as we go. Decorate the room like a forge and the minecarts will fit nicely. Yeah, you're right, yeah. We'll figure it out. Okay, so for this here, then we need a detector rail. And then a bunch of redstone stuff. So we'll feed this in. We'll put the detector rail there. Then we need a rail like that. That doesn't necessarily have to be powered. Actually, I need to decide where the input, where the fuel input is going to be, and where the item input is going to be, because that's where I need to build them. So why don't I do that first, so I can kind of keep it sort of in line. I made a minecart-based smelter completely in survival at one point. I suffered a lot. Yeah. I mean, if you have a nice big square room, then you can make it all even and it's fine, but I don't. I think we'll have the item input like right there-ish. And I don't know if that's going to work like that, but we'll figure it out if it doesn't. It was small and kind of square. I barely had enough space. Yeah. So that'll be the item input. And I think I want to move these hoppers actually, so that I can put the other chest kind of symmetrical to the other, kind of like right here, without those hoppers interfering with it. So that'll all feed into there. I know this isn't very efficient, but like I said, it's for symmetry's sake. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it should be here. Is that symmetrical? 1, 2, 3 chest. No, it's not. 1, 2. Yeah, it needs to be there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. I could just move this one. That works. I don't care. Whatever. You forget the solution from either. No. What? What? I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, whatever. To lead it into the line on the other side. Oh. That'll do it. Cool. All right. Okay. So then this one will be input, which is that line there. So the way that this is done is we actually need to get a lever. Backdraft, have I shown you what I built for NeverX's Super Smelter and sorting system? Built an input thing for them. I don't know if you did. but I'd have to take a look. I mean, my sorting system is actually right over here on the other side of the wall, so I could eventually feed the items from this into that, but I'll figure it out later. I just want to get this design going so I can get this room going, and if I hate it, I could always change it. Sorry, posture check. Give myself a stretch. Okay. All right, so then this will feed into here. Basically, the hopper minecart will chill right there. I may have to go and look at what I did before with this design. I need to raise that up one. And if I recall correctly, I may have to drop this down, but I don't know. I may have to drop the chest down, but we'll deal with that when we get there. This is half the fun of designing. And then you do that, hit that away, that way the hopper minecart will chill there. I'm actually going to hop over to my creative world real quick and see what I did, because I'm starting to draw blanks as to where this actually needs to be. Where is it? It's way over there. This isn't the exact design we're using. I have a... Oh, this is the exact design we're using. Yeah, I need to drop the chest down one level. That's fine. Not a problem. Maybe could you lead all the outputs into one line that goes into the output chest? Might save an even more hoppers, and it'll be cleaner if you put the hopper line into the chest at the closest point. That's kind of what I tried to do. Yeah, if I have to use a few more hoppers, it's not the end of the world. Having two lines, I like the idea of having two lines, because then you have like half of the hoppers feeding through one line and the other half feeding in through the other. That way it'll kind of fill it up faster. Okay, so this needs to get dropped down one. So when I need to come and access it, I think before what I did is I put fences there so that you don't fall down. You can put something else there too. That way you can just come up and say, okay, you know, this is where the input chest is, and bam. All right, so... I think what I did was this, and then the hopper minecart chills there. And then that needs to be a detector rail. Stop it. Lever. Okay, we're about hour 40 in. Thank you guys for joining me. I think we'll be streaming for about another 20 minutes. Hopefully we can get the majority of the super smelter done, and then I will pretty up the room. And we'll take a look at that either next time or in the next episode on the server. All right, so then we need a fence, sticky piston. So the fence will go here to block the cart. And let me just make sure that works. Oh, we need a block there. And it does. Perfect. So then the detector rail is activated and the hopper minecart is close enough to the chest to pull the items. So then we need to have a torch underneath this piston. And, or maybe we'll have it behind it. Oopsie daisy. It's fine. When it comes back, it should shoot back into there. Here it comes. Cool. Okay. So now there are two scenarios where, so the hopper minecart loader is you know, involves a bit of redstone here. So we need to have a comparator output coming off of that. And essentially, let me just go back. I'll show you guys the design we're building. Back to my creative world. And I'll explain what's going on here. So we have essentially a output from the chest, which is feeding. So if there's anything in this chest, we're locking this comparator. Not locking it, but we're feeding in a signal to the side, and the comparator is in subtract mode. So that if there's any items in the chest, then the piston will be extended. So if there's items in the chest to load, the hopper minecart will sit there and load. But this signal is a signal strength of 14. So when the hopper minecart is full, the signal strength that we'll be giving off is 15. So 15 minus 14 is a signal strength of 1. Therefore, the piston will retract. So either when the chest is empty or the hopper minecart is full will be when the piston retracts and lets it go, and you have a loading system. Josh says, if I knew that fence trick were a thing, my smelter would have been so much easier. Yeah, that's actually something I learned, I don't even remember, a long time ago. Yeah, so this section needs to be on this side. So a piece of redstone there, that's subtract mode. And we will actually move that lever so it doesn't interfere with anything. We'll just put it there. Okay. And then we need just a line coming around feeding into the side of that comparator. So comparator, repeater, and we actually need to do that. And then the repeater needs to be here so that that signal strength will be 14 when there's items in the chest. I just turned off the rails, yikes. Yeah. You can do that, that's fine, not a big deal. And that should be it. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll work. We'll test it out once we get the second one done. And we'll go ahead and get that in place now. And then that should do it for the entire system, really. That should be it. So we are going to need to move those chests, actually. So we're going to move it down one like we did with the other loader. So it'll be there. And then I think we're going to end up having to feed it in from this side so that we're not interfering with that. Or we could come in from the side like that. I think we can maybe make that work. Let's give it a shot. We'll actually need to break this, place that down. And this is going to come in from here. We need a detector rail. And yeah, that keeps breaking every time we do that. Then we'll have the chest there. That should work, I hope. Then we'll need the piston and the fence. And we'll kind of feed that from this side. I need a few levers to power this rail. Yeah, this should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Then we'll just need to take this output off of this chest. So it'll be comparator, repeater, dust. So comparator, repeater, dust. And then repeater there, 15, 14. And that should do it. And then we'll kind of cover up this floor here. And then, like I said, I think we're gonna carpet over it, over all the hoppers and everything. So as long as we don't drop anything in this room, I mean, if we drop it, it'll just end up in the output chest, so it's not the end of the world. And then one thing I do is I just put fences here so I can kind of walk over it. And you can still access the chest. You can do fences or, I mean, there's other stuff you can do as well. Yeah, that doesn't actually look too shabby. So then this will be our forge. So I think that's how far that needs to be for the hopper minecart to clear. I think if we do that, it'll get stuck. So let's feed in the hopper minecarts and then let's give it a test. Don't you need more chest if you're going to smelt a ton of stuff? I mean, I could add more chests. For now, I'm gonna leave it with just the one because I never really smelt more than just a double chest, really. I mean, I've never. If I need to, then I'll figure something out. Maybe make an edit to it. But that's a good call, actually. Josh has the comparator line going from the chest to subtract from the rail comparator. My mind was just searching for ways to make it more efficient. Don't know if you can tell, but that's pretty much my brain. LOL. Yeah. Oh, my brain works the same way. So, Warlord, hey, what's up, Warlord? Good to see you. We're actually gonna be wrapping up in about 12 minutes, but thank you for joining. We're just finishing up my super smelter design. You actually just came in at the perfect time because we are just about to test it. Let me just make sure everything's in place. But we should be good to go. All right, so that's that one for the fuel, and that one for the input. Gravy. What? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? What? I'm not sure, but I did miss a giveaway. But did I miss the giveaway stream? Oh no. Today is the final day for the giveaway, so tomorrow the winner will be announced. Probably later in the day once I figure out who it is. I just have to. The winner will be randomly drawn. So, how am I flying? I'm in creative. We're just doing some design work. So this is my creative test world. And then I'm going to be building this design over on the live server. Okay, so this is the input chest. So why don't we just do like a bunch of, well, let's do the server. Okay. Yeah, I just made a, I took the seed of the server and made a replica of my base. So this is where I do all my design work for the base and for all the rooms and everything. So we'll just do coal, doesn't really matter. And let's smelt up some smooth stone. That's usually pretty easy. So essentially if we just load up this chest with a bunch of coal, The hopper minecart should be filling up, and then once it's full, the piston will retract and allow it to go. I have no idea how you have the patience to build that. It's not patience, it's just break it, because I'm not a very patient person. Just break it out into, you know, different sections. All right, so I'm just gonna test that everything's making it into the furnaces. Sounds like the, okay, so looks like the diagonal is a bit odd in that it's dropping off twice as many items. Now, that's not the end of the world. I don't really care. Not a big deal. You know, it won't be perfectly even. Like I said, we're dealing with diagonals. Not a big deal. Doesn't bother me. Whatever. I think the top one will be fine. I think the only reason it's happening is because there's technically 2 hoppers here. So it's dropping 1 item into each hopper. I think the input one should be fine. So it looks like the fuel is getting in nicely. So then let's load up some stone and it should start smelting up some smooth stone. So the hopper minecart should be loading up. Once it's full, it'll take off. I don't know if you have the patience to build that twice. Yeah, twice. Yeah, it's it was easy to build it in creative actually, and I have a lot of fun designing stuff. So okay, so that fired off. We should start seeing the furnaces working. I can hear them working. Beautiful. So yeah, these ones are each gonna get 1 item. I'm not too worried that the fuel isn't really getting evenly distributed per se, because that just means once those will fill up faster. It's whatever, I don't care. That's fine, you know, doesn't bother me that much. But yeah, and then we should start seeing smooth stone in here. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Cool. That's all she wrote. Then we just gotta put some design work around this room. Not too sure what we're gonna do. But yeah, this will be the forge. We might have to move this out one, because I wanted to put some stuff in front of these hoppers here, or maybe we'll drop the line down by 1. Just drop it down 1. That'll work too. I don't know. Well, it says okay, bye dude. Yep, see ya. Yeah, we'll be ending in about 8 minutes, 7, 8 minutes anyway, so good to see you, friend. Okay, so yeah, this thing's working like a charm. I'm actually gonna clear these chests out. Well, I mean, no harm done. You can just let it go. But yeah, it will smelt up a double chest in, I mean, I think it does a stack every 40 seconds, like I said, so you'll get a double chest in like 20, 25 minutes. And like I said, I think what I was going to do was then feed in my bamboo farms, which is this silo right here, feed that into the chest over here. I'll have to finagle that a little bit because we don't want to interfere with those hopper lines. But we're going to feed that in so that then we can have a renewable fuel source. Pretty cool. I can't make that. And then we'll just kind of have to cover this all up to make it a little bit more pretty. And then we'll have to swing that around this way and just probably run a hopper line. And it's gonna be kind of tricky with this hopper line there. I'll have to figure something out. If there's 40 furnaces, wouldn't it be an 80 items in 20 seconds? That's if they were 80 items in 20 seconds. Well, you get 1 item every 8 seconds per furnace. So that would be 40 items every 8 seconds. So 80 items every 16 seconds. Maybe I just did some math wrong. I don't know. I thought it was 10 seconds. Is it 10 seconds? I thought it was... Hang on. Maybe it is 10 seconds. Maybe that's how I got my math. How long does it take for one item to smelt in Minecraft? Smelting an item takes 30 seconds. "30 seconds? That doesn't sound right. Why don't we just test it out? There's no way it's 30 seconds. I don't know what they're talking about. 30 is certainly long, yeah. Here, we can test it out here, so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was that 10? I think that was 10. Okay. Well, either way, it's fast. I have that many in, what was that, like a couple minutes. So, this thing works perfectly. Yeah, the only thing I'm a little worried about is feeding a hopper line into here. So we might have to move these two hoppers. This is going to be tricky. Well, let me see how that'll look real quick. So the bamboo will start feeding into there. And we'll actually cover this up so that we're not getting any other items clogging this. We'll use glass so we can see where it is. Okay, and then we were going to... It needs to come along here. Where does that go? Okay. If we can move these two somehow, then we can do it. So, I don't know why that's pointing that way, but... So, we need this to run like that. And then we got to figure out a different way of doing this. Which we could just do that. I don't see why we can't do that. That's not an issue. And I think that's it. I'd say just use the hopper minecart directly under the storage, otherwise you will risk bottlenecking because of hopper speeds. Well, the idea is to have it fill up like while I'm just doing other things, so that it'll be chock full of bamboo. Or directly into the storage, otherwise you'll risk bottlenecking because of hopper speeds. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but like I said, I'm hoping that this will all just fill up passively. That way you're constantly feeding bamboo into the farm, and the idea would be to have all of these furnaces filled with bamboo. So I don't know if it'll keep up, but you know, I don't think I'll have an issue because basically the hopper mine carts are going to be going at the same time, so you'll be dropping off 2 pieces of bamboo per furnace. Well, these ones you'll be dropping off a bit more, and 2 items into each furnace, essentially. Well, yeah, 2 bamboo, 2 items. I mean, the bamboo won't be able to keep up. It just never will be able to keep up. But the thing is to have enough bamboo in the system so that it can go for quite a while. Plus, I don't need to have the bamboo. I could always just throw coal in there and then the bamboo will just kind of fill up as it goes. Oh, shoot. I don't know. I'll have to mess around with it. But, I mean, you definitely make a good point there. The hopper minecart directly under the storage, otherwise you risk bottlenecking because of hopper speeds. Yeah. Or you know what? I could just feed the bamboo directly into the hoppers. There's nothing wrong with that. Or have 2 hopper minecarts going that are just constantly filling up with bamboo. I don't know. I gotta mess around with it. But either way, I think we're good to go with this. And look at that. Keith Johnson, can we play with you? Well, I do play on a server, Symmetria, and you can play, but it is not free. It's $10 a month. So feel free, friend. Plus, I'm actually getting off in a second. Solid says, do you need bamboo? Mine is maxed out with 28 double chests full. Well, I have 2 bamboo farms running, so I should be good. Sarcasity says, hi, I'm late to the stream. Hi, Sarcasity. You are quite late, actually. We're going to be wrapping it up in a second. But we just built our super smelter design, which I will be building in survival once I figure out how to pretty up this room. But yeah, so the bamboo won't really keep up with the smelting, but each hopper can hold five stacks, and then the furnace itself can hold a stack. So each furnace can essentially hold enough to smelt 3 stacks of items. So 3 times 40, or 38 in this case, so let's just say 40, is 120 stacks. So essentially, I can put enough bamboo into this to smelt 2 double chests full of items. So I'm not really worried about it. I don't think I'm ever really going to be smelting more than a double chest, because I don't really smelt much as it is. This was just for fun, for the most part. Alrighty, I think that's pretty much it. I think we're good to go. So I'll be doing some design work probably off camera, because I think we're going to be putting it in the latest episode on the server. So yep, we just passed the 2-hour mark, and I'm hitting my microphone. But thank you so much, guys, for joining. I know a few of you trickled in at the end of there. My name is Backdraft. I stream twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. I try to stay to that. If I won't be streaming, or if there'll be any changes to the times I stream, I usually start streaming anywhere between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, depending on what's going on. I post on Twitter when I will be starting my stream a few minutes beforehand. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the stream. Any suggestions, if you guys are watching this afterwards or think of anything, leave them down in the comments, because these will all be posted to my channel. Yeah, and tell your friends if you like what you see. Oh, and stay tuned for my Redstone Showcase video this week. I will be showing my design for my Simon Says game that I designed using the Skulk sensors. So stay tuned for that. It's just really, really, really cool. I'm excited to show that off to you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I'll catch you later. See you, Salad. See you, Jake. Sarcastic, Drotch, Keith Johnson, everybody else, Warlord that showed up. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.